This is Paul Francis here. Today we're going to be collecting some tomato seeds and I'm going to show you how to do it. So stick around and let's see what happens. The first thing we're going to do is pick the best looking plant we've got out here in the garden of the variety that we've been hoping to get some seed off of. We've tried to keep these varieties 25 feet from other varieties to maintain genetic purity. We're going to pick the best looking plants that's got minimal diseases on it, and we're going to pick the best looking fruit that we can to collect our seeds on. Well, this is the plant and this is the tomato that I've selected, one of them, and I'll pick some more, and that's what we're going to take. Okay, we're going to get started with this project. I'm going to show you what I've got. I've got my tomatoes that I've selected. I've got a knife, a spoon, a coffee filter paper, pencil, little plastic container, and a little cup of water. And that's all we're going to need. Tomato seeds have to be fermented first before they are dried and saved. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to do it. So stick around. Okay, first thing I'll do is put today's date on this filter paper. I'm going to set it aside. Then I'm going to take this tomato and I'm going to just cut it right down the middle, just like this. And then I'm going to take the pulp in there and the cells that has the seed, and I'm going to just dump them into this container like so. And I'm going to make sure I get all of those seeds out of there. You can see them in there. Just kind of peck them out. They'll be in the little sap cells here. Sometimes you can squeeze them out. See that? You just squeeze them on out. And I guess you could eat what's left over, but I always give it to the raccoons. They appreciate it. Alright, then I'll do this other one here. Kind of squeeze that pulp out with the seeds. Look at that. Squeeze it all out. Let this tomato get pretty ripe before I do this. Not overly ripe, but good and ripe. It's kind of soft, but not too soft. Okay, so once I've got that, I've got all this in here. What I'm going to do is just put a little bit of water in there, maybe a teaspoon, and kind of swirl it all around in there. And then I'm going to let it ferment for a couple days. I'm going to put this on top of it. It's pretty hot out. I'm going to leave it out here. It's been a heat wave, and so it probably won't take but a day, maybe 2 days at the most. And it's going to make a little blue-green fungus on top, and then we'll skim that off, and I'll show you what we do from there. So that's how we get started. Okay, it's been a couple days. We've got a good fermented seeds here. What we're going to do is extract them. All we need is a spoon and a little kitchen strainer. So what we're going to see is a scum on top of the mold. We're going to scoop that surface layer off with the spoon. Just throw it away. It doesn't smell too good. And then we're going to strain the seeds out and wash them down real good with water, and then lay them out to dry. That's how we do it. I've got them washed pretty good. What I'd like to spread them out to dry, and I just use this coffee filter and just kind of slap them down on there. Get them on there pretty good, and then I just spread them out as best I can and let them dry on this filter paper for a day or two. Okay, it's been a couple days. The seeds look like they've dried pretty good. And so I'm going to try to break them apart a little bit. And what I'm going to do is, after I get them separated out real good, I'm going to store them in this labeled coin envelope. I'll put it in the freezer. And before I do that, I'm going to do a germ test. And let me show you how to do that. I'll take some samples of seed here. I don't care exactly what number. I'm going to lay them down on this napkin, paper napkin. I'm going to kind of lay them out in the middle. I'll worry about how many seeds in there later. I want to get around 20 to 50 seeds, something like that. And I'm just kind of picking them from random on the filter paper. And once I get them in there like that, kind of putting them in the center of this, then I'm going to take some water, just kind of pour it in there and let it kind of soak around like that. You see how it spreads out in there? I don't want to drown them. I kind of put them back in the middle. And then I'm going to fold this over like that. And I'm going to set it inside this plastic bag. Not too worried about dirt that gets on it. Just going to stick it in there. And I'm going to let it sit in the house at room temperature for about 5 days. I'm going to leave the top open. Leave the top open so it can breathe a little bit. And just let it sit there like that for about 5 days. And I'll come back and open it up. I'll count how many seeds have sprouted. Then I'll count how many I've tested. And I'll divide the number sprouted by the number tested times 100. That's your percent germination rate. I'll put that percent germination rate on the seed packet here for future reference. And that's basically how we save tomato seeds. So thank you very much. Hope God bless you and all of your family. We'll see you next time. Hello everybody, Paul Francis here. I'd like to introduce you to a book I've written. It's called Garden Inspiration, 101 Days of Devotions and Tips from the Garden. Each day contains an inspirational scripture, stories, educational lessons, and of course helpful garden tips. This book can be found at most online book outlets, and all proceeds go to help out with Samaritan's Purse Disaster Relief Program. Won't you consider getting yourself a copy today for yourself, and maybe as a gift for a friend? And we appreciate your help. Thank you very much.